Well, Valerio and me, we knew each other from far, from a distance. Valerio was still at that time one of the guys in Tortona. So we, besides shaking hand and this is Walter, it didn't go further. And then we met each other on a few occasions years ago, I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, in cities like São Paulo, Istanbul, where there are design events. And yeah, you're lonely, you're alone, and you go towards each other, and Valerio, remember, Walter, yes. And we became, little by little, we became comrades de route. And then
in São Paulo anyway.
Yeah, in São Paulo, that was nice because there was a nice place. There was an architect, and actually he was a better cook than an architect, I think. And in his office, he had in the back, he had like a grocery store with all Italian products. You know, big population of Italians in São Paulo, and there. Yeah, we could cook, and Valerio started rolling up his sleeve and make a pasta.
Yes, because they were starting making a pasta, an awful pasta.
Of course.
And so I said, okay, I will do it. Otherwise, nobody can eat this horrible thing we are starting to prepare. So that was the start.
And then he said, by the way, would you like to listen to a story about Palazzo Lita? And I said, Palazzo Lita, yes. Yeah, we rent that place. We had 5,000 visitors, but it's a big place to have, you know, to fill it up. But it's an exciting place, and so we started. I came to Milano, and we started a real talk about it because it's really a joint adventure in the beginning, yeah. And so we have open mind, open bookkeeping, linking mind. So it's really very open, and it's very strange, unusual as well to have two parties being so open in everything. And we became along the way. There was a friendship that was created.
In fact, we didn't sign any agreement. It's the third year, just the word and
just
a gentleman.
Sometimes we hug and sometimes it's vaffanculo. It's the reality, no?
It's okay. It's like that.
Yeah, Linking Minds is a team we chose this year after, as you know, the umbrella has always been, the real title is A Matter of Perception. That's a very generic title, we know, but we look at things like that. But as last year was more about the product oriented or the technology, we now go more to the human part, which is the mind. And our minds are linked between soulmates.
Like us.
Yeah, like us.
Linking minds. This year we have enlarged our spaces. We had a fantastic restaurant designed by Elisa Ossino. That is a fantastic Italian designer. We had 46 brands, 74 designers, numbers that give you the idea how we have worked in a direction to have a really, how can I say, well, in a very international overlook on the international design. And so it's a big step forward in the last 3 years. We start from 5,000 visitors. Last year we had 32,000. We hope this year we will arrive to 40,000. I don't know.
He's good in numbers.
Yeah.
And this year we managed to have half of the cast of Titanic, the movie, with Billy Zane and Leo DiCaprio, which some people took for real, but he's not. No.
Leo DiCaprio, in fact, he's a designer. He's a famous designer.
Yes, from Brazil. Well,
Silvio, Scofidio, and Renfro. Who are they?
they're an obscure. No. Every year we do a pavilion as a meeting point because we like because this was always also the intention of the courtyard in the Palazzo, which was like the mix of where the private sphere and the public sphere atmosphere could meet. And this is nice to be here. Of course, it's a bit quiet. It's early in the day, but you will see towards 5, 6, 7 o'clock aperitivo time, it will be full with people here to meet and link their minds. And this year we chose for Diller Scofidio because we like their work a lot. And after having a Berlin-based Burkina Faso architect, Francis Quiré, and a Sao Paulo-based architect, Marcio Kogan, we thought it was nice to, I don't know, we were just fishing in a pond like Japan or the United States. And then, yeah, there's a few names, a short list. And of course, this is a very unusual installation. We went to New York in December and to have a meeting, and it was with Liz Diller, one of the principal architects. And she said, what if we do something with Jean? I said, who's Jean? I mean,
I don't know, Gene.
she said, no, jeans, the material, the trousers. And I was thinking, you know, to do something like a tent structure with the fabric, with the cloth. Then she came up with the drawings in January, Liz Diller, I mean, that had these pants in a grid. And we said, we Skyped with 5 people of the team, and we said, what we do? I said, I mean, I feel guilt. I feel guilt. Like, you know, it's 3 months before the Salone. It will be what we do. It's quite cheesy, no? But then there was a consensus that people. We knew that it was unusual, but we said, yeah, it's never been done. It's been in the mind of Liz Diller for maybe 20 years. Let's do it. Let's execute it. So here we are. So we're sure that lots of people will love to hate it, but anyway, it is something unusual, and this is also why we are coming to Milano, I think, to see something unusual. Otherwise, it would be a copy-paste of something you've seen before.
Well, why we did this in Milano, in this place? It happens like many things in the life by coincidence. We were 4 years ago. We were. We don't know. We were organizing an event in another place, and 2 weeks before, the owner of that place told us that was impossible. They don't give us the place, the venue. So we were really in a tragedy. Caterina and me, my partner Caterina and me, and so we knew this place, and we knew that it was empty, but was a fantastic venue, never used. So we came here. This is the property of the government, of Italian government, and so it was not easy to. So we came here at the door, knocking on the door. We want to speak with the director, the manager.
Way, you know, we want to make him an offer he can't refuse. You know?
Yeah. And they said you have to make an appointment. So we go back. We start calling. In one morning we called like 10 times. So the secretary of the director, at the end, was so stressed by us that they said, okay, I will try to get an appointment with the director. So then she called us back and saying, unfortunately, the director don't want to speak with you. So we tried to cry at the phone, please, you must understand our situation. Someone has canceled our venue 2 weeks before the event. We have all the contract of the company.
By the way, it was the army.
By the way, it was the army.
It was the barracks of the army.
The barracks
so
of the
from
army.
the army to the government.
Yeah.
You know, all the powers.
So, yeah. It's true. So, well, to cut this story that was really amazing, at the end we arrived at Palazzo Lita in the office of the director. And well, he was listening us, and he was convinced by us to accept our offer. We were ready to offer any amount of money, because the damage that we received if we canceled the event was so big that we were completely ruined. So, well, it's true. It's like that. And so at the end we convinced this director, and we did this first event that was really very, very nice, obviously much smaller than today, with just 3 designers, Libeskind, Ganfratesi, and Emmanuel Babelet. It was a very nice, because the space is so big, with just these 3 installations. It was very nice and a big success.
The nice thing is that the palazzo was built by one of the Casanovas of his time. I mean, of course, it was been rebuilt over the period from Baroque to Rococo, the styles in vogue that you see very well at the facade. But the nice thing is that when Napoleon, we did some research the first year he came here, when Napoleon arrived to conquer the Lombardians in 1806 or whatever, he arrived here on his horse and he stopped here in front of Palazzo Lita and he gave his party here. I think he learned how to waltz in the middle room. No. Yeah. It's a nice thing because the palazzo has always been an important meeting point for of course, more for the aristocrats, but where social, cultural, economic, political, important things were linked, if you want.
Anyway, at the end we opened again the doors of this palazzo that were closed for many years, and the city has discovered this treasure, this beauty of the city, and that's also, I think, a part of the success of this place, because the people come here obviously to see the design exhibition that we built, but also to see this fantastic place. And this is
in the city center.
In the city center, and now we are trying to create a new cultural pole inside the city after the Triennale, the Royal Palace, and so our ambition is that Palazzo Lita become a new cultural point of interest of the city.